Welcome to Pick Up Your Cross podcast. I am Evangelist Ray. Um, First, I just want to give honor to God, who's the head of my life. God told me to start this podcast actually, and I'm gonna keep it real, which I'm just gonna jump straight into it. Your girl was like putting it off, man. I'm just, before I even just get too deep, man, look, just get comfortable. I'm gonna name this podcast Lock In With Yourself, right? Alright, so, but man, look, yeah, God, he had been telling me to do it, but I was like giving him every excuse of why I could not do it. Like, I would say, well, God, I don't have, the resources. I don't have the money to buy the equipment, and God, I just don't have, and those were excuses. When really I had everything I needed. I had God, which I got the approval, I got the okay. I just had to use what I had in my hand, which is like, man, look, an iPhone and a pair of iPhone headphones. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so then the first step I did was like, admitted that, man, I need to go and start this podcast. Then after that, I was just like, man, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna start this podcast. Like, I'm serious about this. So, I downloaded, Canva, and I created me a podcast picture, whatever you want to call it. That's what I did. I created a picture or whatever. Then, I created, because I'm posting on YouTube as well. So I'm like, you know what? Well, I'm gonna create me a YouTube intro video, and until I'm able to, get better at it and things of that nature, right? So I just started from somewhere, and then man, it just so happened, like, you can't tell me it was nobody but God, right? Like, so I'm scrolling, and I'm like, man, look, I got a podcast app on my phone, so I click on it, and this is actually the app that I'm talking to. You know what I'm saying? You on, like, I just like, man, I'm just gonna start talking, man, and that's why I named this podcast "Lock In With Yourself." Where this specific episode is called "Lock In With Yourself," is because I want you to lock in with yourself, sis. I want you to lock in with yourself, bro. And one thing about it is, though, like, when God told you to do it and you got God on your side, like, you know what I'm saying, you can't lose. And then another thing, like, man, it's time for you to, like, show up for yourself, man. Be there for yourself, bro. And sis, you been there for everybody else. You showed up for everybody else. You helped everybody else, with what they want to do and things of that nature, right? But man, when's the last time you know what I'm saying, you love yourself and you invested in yourself? Like, this, man, right now, like, it doesn't seem like it, but this is an investment. Even though I might not have the money, I might not have the resources or the setup, but I'm starting somewhere. I literally just invested in myself, and I just want you to do the same thing. Yours might be a YouTube channel, man. Look, use that phone. It works just like a computer, a tablet, or whatever you got, whatever you listen to me on. Like, what I'm saying, use that to start whatever you're trying to do, and do your research on it. To those, if I don't know what, just say, like, for cooking, of course you gotta watch videos on how to cook this and how much, and things of that nature, right? But man, look, just start, man, and you know what I'm saying, like, just begin to, like, just lock in with yourself, and ask God to, like, okay, God, what you put down on the inside of me, that, what I'm saying, that I can help other people with. Like, many people, God wants you to use your voice, or, you might be a preacher, you might be a teacher, you might be a, what I'm saying, a coach, or whatever the case may be. Some people, God calls you to use your hands. You could be, an artist, a singer, or a songwriter, a poet, a author, a producer, whatever the case may be, whatever you know what I'm saying. I think y'all get the point, but you know what I'm saying. Use what you got. Use what you have right now. Like, right now, man. I'm telling you, man. Look, I'm in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm in the hood. That's where I'm at. I'm in the hood, and I ain't finna, like, alter and try to change. Like, Man, look, one minute I'm, you know what I'm saying, talk how I talk, but the slang is in me, you know what I'm saying? But I'm in the hood right now, man, recording, doing a podcast off man, an iPhone and some iPhone headphones. It's a start, man. And just know that like even once you start, you're gonna make mistakes. And you're not gonna have it all figured out, man. I'm telling you, I'm telling you right now, I ain't got nothing figured out. Don't even know what my next podcast gonna be, but I just knew this one was locked in with yourself, cause man, that's what I'm doing right now. Like, and I just want other people, no matter when you hear this, man, I just want you to lock in with yourself, man, cause like I said, most times we spend ourselves like, you know what I'm saying, pleasing people, man. And then we forget about self. We spend so much time and effort into, other people, but you know what I'm saying, we forget about self and, things of that nature, right? Like you just look, just even in today's world, like, man, all of these companies like you go to McDonald's, Burger King, Starbucks, or whatever the case may be, or just the Nike, Jordan, like they didn't give up. They started from the bottom. It probably took them years. It probably took them months. Whatever the case may be, it doesn't matter how long it's going to take you. What matters is you started and you never gave up. Like what I'm saying, everybody's not going to understand your vision. Everybody's not going to understand like why you started this in the first place. And don't you forever get why you started. Don't worry about the how. Don't worry about the when. You know what I'm saying? You gonna get the exposure you want. Just man, worry about the why. Why did you start doing what you're doing in the first place? Why did you start acting? Why did you start doing hair? Why did you start preaching? Why did you start you know being a teacher? You know what I'm saying? Watching children and things of that nature, right? Right? Like, why did you start in the first place? This all that matters, and it doesn't matter like who don't see it. It doesn't matter who laugh at you. It doesn't matter about none of that, man. Because at the end of the day, long as you got God's approval, man, you have everything you need. God says yes. God says, man, look, you can do that. This, my will, my plan for your life. This part of the plan that I have for you. Man, look, go do it. It doesn't matter what nobody else thinks, what nobody else says, what nobody else does, man. Because people gonna talk whether you doing good or bad, man. So you might as well do good, you know what I'm saying? You might as well invest in yourself, man. Lock in with yourself, bro. How you expect somebody to, invest in you if you don't invest in you, man? How do you expect somebody to love you if you don't love you, man? How do you expect somebody to, what I'm saying, respect your boundaries if you don't set your boundaries? How do you expect it, man? You see, it first starts with self, man. Like it's okay to like, love people and do for people, man. But it's not okay when you do more for people than you do for yourself, man. You there for people more than you are there for yourself, man. You know more about other people than you know more about yourself. See, man, a lot of us, man, we have like hidden talents. God gave us a lot of talents, a lot of gifts. It's a lot of things we can do in this life. But you know what I'm saying? We don't want to take the time of like being isolated and just being with God and being with self and learning about self. Some people like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are afraid to, be alone, man. You cannot be afraid to be alone, man. And that's one thing I learned, like, man, when I was around people, man, I wasn't doing none of this. None of this, and it's not to say that I'm not around people, but to me, like, man, I lost so many friends along the way. It's like, man, look, I'd rather be alone, man. And it was in that time where, like, man, God just had, like, when He started, showing me people and then removing people out of my life, it was like, man, where I started to learn more about myself. God started to show me, like, what He placed down on the inside of me. Because I guarantee you ask God to show you, He's going to show you. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's going to show you. And it's just to the point where I realized like how strong I was alone, man. Some people, they gotta have people around them. Some people, they afraid of, You know what I'm saying? Being alone. I'm just gonna sum it up like that. Like they afraid of being alone, but you cannot be afraid to be alone, man. You can't be afraid of that, man. I promise you, like it's the best feeling ever. It's like it's peaceful, and I love it. Like at first I didn't. I was like, man, God, I ain't got no friends, and I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got nobody to kick it with, things of that nature, right? But man, now I'm grateful because, like, man, I just be wanting to be by self, be with self, spend time with self. It's just so peaceful. It's so relaxing. You can get a lot of things done. A lot of things done. You can accomplish a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? You can scratch off those things on your bucket list. You can, you know what I'm saying, reach your goals and complete them and be successful when it's just you and God, man. See, when other people around, this is not like saying like um I don't like people. It's just like I want to know more about self because I spend time so much, so many times, so many years, so many months of just like people pleasing. I'm just gonna keep it real, and that's just to the point where I'm like, man, look, I gotta be there for myself. I gotta lock in with self. Man, look, self is tired, and you know what I'm saying. You can only change the person that's standing in that mirror. So, man, my question for you today is like, sis, bro, are you satisfied with the person that's in the mirror? And if you ain't, sis, and if you ain't, bro, man, dude, you gotta start changing what you don't like about self. Some of you might want to lose weight. You got with losing weight. You gotta start eating better, start eating healthier. You gotta work out. Some of you might it's a talent that you have. You might want to use it, but you can't just sit on the talent. You can't just not do nothing. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go get it. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Holy Spirit. A lot of us, we looking for, you know what I'm saying, the resources. We looking for the money. We looking for the success. But man, look, you gotta start it first, man. It's like you asking God, okay, God, for example, like, okay, I'm gonna use me for an example. I'm like, God, like, man, I want to start a podcast. God, I want, you know what I'm saying, I want to talk to people and I just want to reach different people, right? And, all across the world, right? And I'm telling God, like, you know what I'm saying, can you make a way? Can you do this? But okay, God, like, man, look, I can't make a way if you don't take the step of actually starting with, starting where you at, starting with what you have. And it's the same thing with you, sister. You can't expect God to do something if you have not took the step to do it in the first place. They just go, not saying that God is like man, because no, he's not like man, not at all. But man, the God said if you take one step, I'll take two. So just think about it, man. Look, you start, just say you start cutting hair, and you know what I'm saying, you probably only got that one, that one client that always come back. But guess what, the more you keep doing it and God see that you serious about that thing, man, God, he'll send 10 more people. He'll send 10 more people, so you can cut their hair and things of that nature, right? But man, you got to real deal lock in and tune in with self, be there for self, show up for self, man. Like I know it's easier said than done, but I'm telling you, like even with me just talking to you right now, you know what I'm saying? Like I just feel a whole lot better, you know what I'm saying? I don't know everything, and I probably recorded this probably about 3-4 times trying to make sure it's perfect, but man, look, sometimes it's just gonna be raw and uncut. Sometimes I'm gonna do editing, but I don't have the software and the things to do that right now. So I'm just gonna stick with what I have, and you might hear me stutter a little bit, but get what? I'm gonna get my words out. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna get through that junk. I'm gonna push through this thing. You know what I'm saying? This just one of them podcasts where we just chilling. I'm chopping it up with you. You're listening. You know what I'm saying? You might be, I'm saying, at the park. You might be, you know what I'm saying, in the hood, you know what I'm saying, sitting on the couch or whatever the case may be, wherever you're in the world. You're somewhere in the world because you're listening. But man, we just chilling. This ain't, man, dude, you can be yourself. You ain't gotta alter yourself to, oh, I gotta be like this. Man, look, man, I'm in the hood, I'm in the trenches, man, recording this podcast on the air mattress. And remember from tell some funny stuff though. Man, look, it ain't one of them, them good quality junk. I'm keeping it real. One of them junks you get from Family Dollar is doable. I'm grateful for it, and you know what I'm saying. I'm just man, I'm in the hood. I'm using what I got. Just being grateful for where I'm at, man. Because one day I know one day I'm not gonna be in this same place, man. If I just continue to put in the work and lock in with self and just stay consistent, man. I'm not gonna be in this same spot, man. But it's the same way with you, sis. You stuck because you stuck. It ain't nobody else's fault that you stuck. I'm gonna keep it real. It's time for us to start taking accountability. Like, yeah, people do things, but at the end of the day, what did you do? Like real talk. What did you do? And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can't change nobody, but you can change how you respond to different things, man. You can change how you respond to it. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know people on that ain't on that level that you on, man. Look, it ain't no hard feelings. I don't owe you no explanation, but look, I gotta be there for self. I'm always there for you, sis. I'm always there for you, bro. I'm always there for you, best friend. Like, it's time you to lock in with self. You don't owe nobody no explanation, because if they really love you and they really locked in with you, and it ain't nothing fake going on, they gonna understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got something going on. You ain't gotta get them the details. Just say, look, man, I'm just trying to, man, lock in with self, man. Look, hey, cause that what the name of the podcast is. Man, just lock in with self, bro. Like, real talking. So, man, I ain't gonna lie from the end and jump. Cause, I've been talking for a minute, but I'm just gonna keep it real, which I just wanna leave with this, man. Look, lock in with self, bro. The way you showed up for people, man, show up for yourself just like that. The way that you love people, love yourself just like that, man. The way that you spend time with people, spend time with yourself, and spend time with God just like that, man. It's, man, no more days, no more months, no more weeks, no more minutes of, what I'm saying, you people pleasing and you leaving self out. Nah, it's time this year, 2024, it's time for you to just lock in with yourself and just go after everything you want to do, man. Every dream, every goal you want to do, go after it. I don't care how big it is. I don't care, man, if people are laughing at you, people talking about you, people say you can't do it. One thing about it, you got God on your side, so you know for sure you can do it, man. If God is before you, who can be against you? Nobody. Nobody. So it's time for you to lock in with self, sis. It's time for you to lock in with self, bro, and just do it, man. Just do it. Just start with where you at. Use what you got, man, in your hand. Man, your laptop, man, look, you better be the best actor there is, because one day you gonna be up there and people gonna see your potential, but in order for people to see your potential in the future, you first gotta see your potential right now, man. You gotta see yourself in them movies. You gotta see yourself on TV. You gotta see yourself in them trailers, man. I'm telling you, you gotta see the clientele first, man. You gotta see the sold out shows, man. You gotta see the sold out seminars, man. You gotta see the sold out music, the sold out albums. You got to see it first, man. In order for somebody else to see it, man, you gotta see it. You gotta see the vision, man. So it's time, bro, sis, lock in with self, man. Lock in with self. Invest in you, man. I'm telling you, you are your greatest asset. Invest in you, man. Invest in you. And I'm telling you, watch how you grow. Watch how successful you become, man. We finna learn together. You feel me? We finna learn together. I'm telling you. So, man, look, I just want to leave you with that. You know, man, look, sis, bro, like, it's all chill vibes here. You ain't got to try to alter yourself. You ain't got to try to, man, fake it till you make it over here. Like, man, look, we being ourselves over here. Just be you over here. Come, listen, get the wisdom, get the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? The gems that I be dropping. Be yourself, relax, and, man, look, we're going to have a good time. So, man, like I said, this is episode 1. um called Lock In. You know what I'm saying? Lock in with yourself, right? The name of this podcast is Pick Up Your Cross and Walk. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I love you, sis. I love you, bro. And just, man, one thing I just want you to remember, out of all things, I'm finna tell you, man, 2024 and for the rest of this year, and from so on and so forth, I'm gonna get it out. Lock in with yourself. I love you. God bless you.